Welcome to the class. Today's class we are going to see the this thing business accounting for non-trading organization. Okay, so we have just completed the business accounting for all other type of commercial organizations. Now let us see what is the meaning of accounting for non-trading organization, or what are non-trading organizations. Then why do the non-trading organization have to take up the accounting part and record all the transactions, and what are the financial statements prepared by the non-trading organizations. Okay, so let us start with what are non-trading organizations. So when we have studied the business accounting for the business concerns, commercial activity, which are actually taking care of the commercial activity, which are actually involved in the commercial activity, all those business entities accounting we have studied so far. Now we are going to see the non-trading account. Non-trading account is the account opened and maintained for the non-trading organizations are known as non-trading account. Okay, in this context, now first of all we need to understand what are non-trading organizations. Organizations are institutions which are constituted to provide valuable services to the society with the objective of not to earn profit. That is very important, not to earn profit, because all those commercial entities or commercial organizations are meant to earn profit. Those business entities were actually making or manufacturing the goods and then selling, and by way of selling they were earning revenue, and from that revenue they will try to find out how much profit they are making up. Okay, so non-trading organizations are those organizations which are constituted to provide valuable services to the society with the objective of not to earn profit. So the examples, we can cite some of the examples as education industry, medical industry, social clubs, charitable trust, and trade unions, etc. Okay, let us go into the detail and the definition of non-trading organization. What are the three categories of non-trading organization? All those non-trading organizations can be actually categorized into three major classification. One is clubs, associations, or societies which works for the welfare of their members. For example, management associations or any all India association or other association which work for the benefit of the workers or any other members. All those comes under first one. Second one, charitable institutions like hospital, student hostels, and other educational institutions, because all these institutions can be actually most of the educational institutions which provide education to poor children, as well as for actually eradicating the uneducation from the young and old groups. All those institutions are actually categorized as charitable institutions. Those institutions will be formed as a trust, and these institutions will run as a charitable institution. These institutions are also meant to not to earn any profit. Third category, professional firms of lawyers, chartered accountants, architects, doctors, solicitors, etc. They are also meant to be actually non-trading organization because they don't produce directly and they provide services. They come under service category. So these are the major three categories of non-trading organization. So what is the necessity for these organizations to maintain proper books of accounts? Yes, of course, these organizations also have to maintain what is actually coming into the organization and what is going out of the organization in terms of monetary benefits and monetary expenses. So there are different items which are actually not available or not part of the commercial organization. Here some of the amount comes into the organization by way of donations, gift, etc. All those actually has to be, all those items has to be shown in the books of accounts. Without entry into books of account, they cannot be taken into the organization and they cannot be misused. They cannot be actually used for personal purpose. So maintenance of proper books of accounts is necessary in order to safeguard the money of its members and the general public from any kind of misuse. Because when public have trust on these organizations and they give donate money, or they actually give it as a gift or something, that has to be properly accounted. Now, you know, we are going through the COVID-19 situation, and many people are contributing to Prime Minister's fund and government's fund. All these will be recorded in the books of accounts as non-trading account only. It is important to know their total receipts and total payments, and also it should be known to everyone about the financial status of that particular institution also. Okay, now coming to what are the accounting records maintained for, it should be maintained for non-trading account. First one, registration of the members, that is the registration details of the members. Minutes book, that will actually record all the minutes of meetings, whether it is a major meeting or small meetings or any other meetings, meetings or consultancy, all those minutes has to be entered. And that minutes book, cash receipt journal, cash payment journal. Journals we have already learned, and you have an idea about what is journal. Journals entry are entry into different categories. Okay. Now coming to final accounts, that is final accounts for non-trading account. So similar to our commercial organization, there are three types of final account statements are prepared for non-trading account. They are receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, balance sheet. Receipt and payment account is also known as expenditure and income and expenditure account. Receipts and payment account will be actually treated as cash income, cash inside coming inside, and cash going outside. And income and expenditure account is actually almost equivalent to our profit and loss account. And balance sheet is similar to our commercial entities. So let us start with the receipts and payment account. Receipts and payment account is the one which is prepared at the end of the year from the cash receipts journal and cash payment journal. So whenever during the particular year, whenever the cash comes into the organization, they will be entered into different journals as receipt under different headings as receipts. And whenever payments are made, and they will be entered into the cash payments journal. So from this cash receipt journal and cash payments journal, receipts and payment account is actually prepared. So what is this receipts and payment account? How it is prepared? It is actually a summary of cash transactions under important headings, so that we can get a good idea about the nature of transactions. So whether it is meant for which purpose, whether the receipt is in the form of donation, whether it is in the form of gift, or whether it is in the form of investment, etc., that can be understood. And all those receipts and payment account, what are the transactions we are entering, all those accounts are actually real account. They are not considered as any other account. It is only a real account because it involves only the cash transactions, payment, receipts and payment of cash. Next, second one, income and expenditure account. It is the summary of income and expenditure of the complete year. It is, as I told you earlier, it is like the profit and loss account prepared on accrual basis. Accrual basis means we know it is not only on the spot preparation. It is whenever the payment is done or whenever the profit is occurred, that is accrued on a regular basis, and at the end of the year this is prepared, and which includes only the revenue items. Revenue items means those items from which you are actually trying to show some amount of income, because it should not be we should not take into consideration of those items which are actually going to be considered as capital items. What are capital items? Capital items are goods or money which are received for the purpose of investment, which can be actually in the form of assets or in the form of cash or money. And the balance at the end of the income and expenditure account represents whether the income is actually more than the expenditure or the expenditure is more than the income. If the income is more than the expenditure, that clearly shows the surplus income over the expenditure for the particular year, and vice versa. Okay. Now coming to we have to clearly understand what is meant by income for the non-trading account, what is meant by expenditure for the non-trading account. Okay, so we will now try to understand what is meant by income for non-trading organization. Okay, so income means those items which has to satisfy these two categories or these two conditions. One is it should be recurring in nature. On the spot, if you are getting only one time earning, that cannot be considered as an income. It has to actually come on a regular basis. That means by means of some activity, some work carried out by these kind of activities. If some amount of money is actually coming on a regular basis, that can be considered as income. Next one, it is not earmarked for a particular use. So if you are earning something, and if you are actually allocating that amount for actually buying something or making investment for buying some asset or for doing some other work or some other maintenance work, then it cannot be considered as a income. So income should be one which will be actually recurring in nature, and it should not have been allocated for any other purpose. Recurring means should be a constantly occurring in nature. Expenditure. What is expenditure? The expenditure is, in the sense, actually mostly it is actually expenses. When we refer to expenditure for non-trading organization, we can actually consider as expenses when we talked about for the commercial organizations. Okay, when we can take that as particular item as expenditure, when money is spent on those items, so it has to satisfy the following conditions. One is the item expense should be used only for the current year. If we are spending some amount, and which is actually a portion of the amount has to be which will be useful for the next year only, then we can use only that portion for the current year. That means when we are taking up or when we are going to make payment of internet payment for 2 years together for getting some other benefit, then the first 1 year period, for 1 year period, whatever payment has been made, only that amount can be considered as expenditure for that year. So if we have paid, suppose 699 rupees for 2 years, exactly the 50% of 69 rupees only will be taken as expenditure for the particular year. So the outstanding expenditures which should be shown only can be shown only for the next year. And now let us come to the now is that we have actually understood what is meant by income, what is meant by expenditure, and which are the items have to be included into income, which are the items have to be included into expenditure. Now let us see how we are going to prepare the income and expenditure account. First one, you have to exclude the opening and closing balances of cash. Second step, on the receipt side, exclude we know for the income we cannot consider the capital, so exclude the capital receipts and take the revenue receipt to the income side. So capital receipts have to be excluded and only the revenue receipts to be incorporated into the income side. Okay, next one, on payment side, exclude capital payments. Then with the preparation of the income and expenditure account as explained. Now, given on the basis of information given, The following items which are not occurring in the receipts and payment account, we have to provide the provision for the following items. One is depreciation on the fixed assets have to appear on the expenditure side. Then if you are selling any fixed asset, loss on sale, that has to appear on the expenditure side. Suppose if you have sold any fixed asset and if you are getting, if the organization is earning gain, that should come on the income side. Okay, so this is how the income and expenditure account has to be prepared. We have seen what the two accounts already we have seen. First one is we have seen receipts and payment account. Second one, income and expenditure account also we have completed. Now come to the last one, which is balance sheet of a non-profit organization is prepared in the same manner as in the case of business enterprise. That is, as commercial enterprise, how we have prepared, similar to that, we'll prepare the balance sheet. So please refer to the Word document. In that Word document, I've given you with explanation, examples and explanation, what is balance sheet, how to prepare the balance sheet, etc. For any clarification, you can contact me. I will explain to you. So similar to that of business enterprise, the assets of the organization are recorded on the right side and liabilities on the left side, and both the side have to balance. So this actually most of the informations are taken from the book Accounting for Management, Maheshwari, and published by Sultan Chand and Sons, chapter 12, which is giving you in detail accounting for non-profit organization. Okay, so in this chapter we have actually learned about what are non-trading organizations, why non-trading organizations have to also maintain books of accounts, and what is the necessity for maintaining accounting for non-trading organization, and what are the categories of non-trading organizations we have seen, and the three types of accounting, final accounting, that is also prepared by the non-trading organizations. With that, we will conclude the unit 5 also. Fine. So